recognized for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The only question that I have is if the state-supported school fails to meet the expectations or to annually submit the report, it says that they will not be eligible for state aid from the higher education grant funds. My question related to that is there a mechanism, or how would the school make themselves right, if you will, or get back? How could they restore that funding? What would be required? Is there a mechanism in place to get that funding back?
Thank you, Representative Meeks. Honestly, there are already yearly reports that are required. All this takes is a single sentence, 2 or 3 words. We are not a sanctuary campus. It's that simple. And you know, let's face it, some of our best and brightest represent our universities at these meetings. They're not going to drop the ball on this when they potentially could run the risk of losing funding. This bill doesn't even impact grants and scholarships. It just simply says no to sanctuary status. And to follow up on that, because we're thinking, well, what if we do drop the ball and we don't state that? I would just say, write a letter as fast as you can and submit it as an addendum to your annual report. But that's the best answer I can give you on that.
Okay, so they would just have to fix whatever the issue was, submit
Sure.
that, and then they would be back eligible.
Sure.
All
As a
right.
matter of fact, in that line, when I met with the chief counsel for ASU, Brad Phelps, some of you know him, we probably sat the first time for an hour, maybe a little longer. And one of the areas of the bill mentioned that they needed to report if there was an allegation of sanctuary status within 30 days. They have a chance to rebut that or refute it or acknowledge and answer questions. They came back to me and said, hey, Representative Smith, would you give us 60 days? Would that work for you on the bill? And I said to them at that time, knowing how the wheels grind exceedingly slow sometimes in these issues, let's say 90 days, because we don't know all the details. So there's been a great deal of give and take, and I think they're happy with it at this point.
All right, motion to the proper time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Representative Balch, you're recognized for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So every